Hey there, Stampers. Happy Friday. Welcome to this week's Facebook Live, where I'm going to share a fun, simple way that you can step up a background on a card and a relatively new to me size of card. It's a mini slimline card. So welcome. Thank you for being here. My name is Sherry Roth. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Alberta, Canada. And every Friday, or most Fridays at 11 a.m., I go live with a crafting project for you. And today we're doing Christmas. I know it's a little early, but you know what? In my opinion, it's never too early to start working on Christmas. All right, so we are using the Frosted Gingerbread suite today, and several items from this suite. You can find that in the 2021 July to December mini catalog. It's right towards the beginning. And like I said, I'm going to share a fun background and a new size card. All right, so before we get started, I actually remembered this week, no delays. Last Friday, I created this project live. So you can go back on my Facebook page and check that out if you want to see how this card came together. And whenever I do a card, I always give it away to somebody who watched and commented. So it just helps me realize that I'm not sitting here in a room all by myself. I'm talking to somebody. So I appreciate you spending the time watching my videos. And the lucky winner of this card is Elaine Rose. And Elaine, I have your mailing address, so I will pop that in the mail this weekend. So good morning, everyone. Mary Liz and Carol and Kim and Lorraine, Alice, Susan, welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, so we're going to jump right in here. I'm going to pull out the pieces. Now, the card that we're creating today is called a mini slimline card. So you guys have seen me, if you visit my blog or watch my videos, or even participate in classes, I have done many slimline cards. But this is a mini slimline card. So it's a little bit, let me grab that card, that fall card here so I can compare the sizes for you guys. All right, so it's a little bit longer and a little bit narrower than a standard size card, but it's significantly smaller than a slimline card. So it's a little bit different. It's narrower to work with, so it is you have to look at things a little bit differently, but it's fun. So this is only the second that I've created. The first one that I created was in my Peaceful Cabin class. I did a fun fold using this size of a card. So the size, I guess that's pretty important. If you guys want to recreate this, it starts, so I've got a piece of old olive here that measures 6 1/4. So it's 6 1/4 across by 6 1/2, and then scored at 3 1/4. So the finished card size is 3 1/4 by 6 1/4. All right. And I know I'm gonna get asked. So envelopes, I picked up envelopes at Staples, and they are number 8. They measure 3 5/8 of an inch by 6 1/2 inches. Okay. Whenever I do a wonky size card, I always get asked lots about where to get envelopes. So that's where you can find envelopes. All right. Good morning, Elaine. You're the lucky winner of last week's card, so I'll pop that in the mail for you. Okay, so we've got our card base, and then I've got a piece of red that's going to go on here, but before we add that, we're going to do something to it. Let's start with our stamping, because I want to bring in the die cutting machine. I want to do all of my die cutting at the same time. So like I said, I'm going to be using the Frosted Gingerbread bundle. I'm going to use this particular stamp for the greeting, and I'm going to stamp it in Memento. So I've just got a scrap piece of white. Just stamp that right in the middle. And then I'm going to use my layering circles to cut this into a circle. Now, one of the great things about this is these dies you can really do any shape and cut this out. but I'm going to use circles because I'm going to use this star image for my background, and I don't want there to be too many stars. All right, so I'm going to bring in my layering circles, and I think it's the third smallest that works best with this. Let me just, oh, this is the fourth. Yeah, so that will cut that out nicely, so we'll do that. All right, and then the other thing that I want to do some more die cutting. So I've got a piece of the craft cardstock. So this is part of the Gingerbread and Peppermint suite from the holiday catalog, and it comes in a package of 6x6, and it's this beautiful craft, and it is very different from our crumb cake. It feels different, it looks different, and it creates the most beautiful gingerbread cookies. Like, look at this. I was playing around this morning because I've got a big event with my team next week. Actually, in a couple weeks, I guess it is, the beginning of October. And look at this. When you cut out the outline or the solid shape from craft, and then you cut out the detailed image from white, doesn't it look like a gingerbread cookie with white icing? So fun. So fun. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I am using a piece of adhesive sheets. These are from the annual catalog, and I'm going to create my own stickers. So I'm just peeling off the backing, and it doesn't really matter. They're both the same size. I always like to cut my adhesive sheets just a little bit smaller than my cardstock, because I don't want my adhesive sheets to hang off the edge, because then when you run them through your die cutting machine, it will make your mats sticky, and you don't want that because that's just going to cause a lot of heartache for you. Okay, so I've got my adhesive sheet on the back. I'm going to flip it over because I want the right side up, and I'm going to take this detailed star die and we're going to cut this out. So these are the two things that we need to cut. So let's slide these out of the way. We're going to bring in the Stampin' Cut and Emboss. So I've got my little mat here so that it doesn't wobble around so much. And we'll put both of these on here. So I just want to make sure that this fits, and our circle. All right. And we'll feed those through. I'm hoping the connection's okay. I'm getting that message again. I think I'm going to have Shaw come in and check out our Wi-Fi, because nobody is, well, my son is still sleeping, my daughter's away, my husband's at work, so nobody else is on the Wi-Fi, and I don't understand why I'm having problems with our connection. But last time you guys said that it wasn't skipping, so hopefully we'll be okay. All right. So we've got our greeting, and then we've got our detailed die, and I'm just going to grab my take your pick tool and use the paper piercing tip, poke this out, and let's get rid of these little pieces here that are left. You can also use your die brush as well to poke these out before you pop it out of the die. It's a lot quicker. I just don't have mine handy. So this is another way that you can do it. All right, there we go. Isn't that beautiful? I just love these detailed dies. Okay. All right, now what I've gone ahead and done is I've taken about a 4 by 8.5 inch piece of red cardstock, and I covered the back with adhesive sheets, and I die cut several of these. I didn't want you guys to see me do them all. I did one of them so that you could see how it was done, but I did exactly the same thing with the red and cut them out, because this is what we're going to use to create our background. Yes, those will definitely fit through the mini die machine. All right, so now by using the adhesive sheets, all I need to do is peel off the backing. So I've created my own little sticker. And it's quite sticky. It's sticking to my thumb here. I'm just going to use my tweezers And I'm going to start sticking these to a piece of real red cardstock that I've cut down to, let me give you the measurement here. This piece measures 3 1/8 by 6 1/8. So just slightly smaller than my card base. And some of these are going to stick off the edges, and you want to do that because you want to make it look like it's patterned paper cut down to the size that you want it. Okay. All right, so we're just going to go all the way around and add this, and it creates the most beautiful background, and it's got texture because it's got that detail that these are raised, right? So it's got that texture and just that gorgeous detail. I'll do a couple more. And it's so easy with the adhesive sheets. It saves the mess of liquid glue. I'll do one more. I think I'll have one too many, but that's okay. We'll find a use for it. Good morning, Kim. Good morning, Anne. Welcome. Thanks for joining me this Friday morning. All right. Okay, so we've got that done. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to trim off the excess. And some of these excess pieces you'll see here. Let's do this one first. If you followed me for a while, you know I don't like to waste. So if I can find another use, here we go. We can put this one up here. There's a little bit of space there, so we can have that hanging off the edge. And then this one we can get rid of because it's not really going to be worthwhile to keep. It just looks like, it doesn't look like much. Okay, and then let's see here. We've got a little space here. So let's do this one. So I'm strategically cutting them so I can try to reuse some of these bits. And this is going to hang off the edge like that. Okay, and then this large one, this would be perfect. We don't really need any more for the outside of our card, but we can use them on the inside of our card. So I'm going to cut this one off, and then I've got a piece of white for the inside layer of my card. And this measures 3 by 6, and we'll put this one up here like this just to bring those stars to the inside. Good morning, Valerie. Good morning, Leanne. Okay, and then I've got this one that I can use as well. So we've got all those, the adhesive sheets on here. We've gone to the effort of die cutting these pieces. So if we can use most of the pieces, if we can put them to use, then you might as well, right? Okay, let's see here. This one is a bit wonky. Let's have it. Let's have it go like that. All right, and we'll trim off the excess of this one. Thank you, Kim. I figure if you're going to go to all this effort to do this, if you can get creative and find a way to use these little bits and pieces, you may as well, right? So some of these ones I'll just throw in the garbage. They're just bits and pieces. So very, very little waste. All right. Good morning, June. Actually, June, while I have you here, you won one of my cards a couple weeks ago, and I don't have your mailing address. So if you can send me a message with your mailing address, I'll pop that in the mail for you. All right. Okay, so now we've got all of our pieces here. We can go ahead and start to assemble. So this, got a little bit of white in here. Let's see if we can get this out. I think it's a little piece of adhesive sheet that's still stuck on there. That's it's a little bit better. Okay, so let's go ahead and adhere this. The other thing I should point out is I have a separate pair of scissors that I use for cutting things like that. So anything that's really sticky, if I need to cut it, I use these scissors. They're a titanium non-stick scissor that I just picked up at a local craft store. Actually, I think I got them for Christmas. So because they will get gummed up, the adhesive doesn't stick to these. You can easily just kind of pick them off and they're not sticky. Whereas if you use just a regular scissor, you're going to get them all sticky and you're going to have to clean them quite regularly. So I save these just for sticky things like that. All right, there's another little tip for you. Okay, so we're just going to adhere this to our card front so that we have just a little bit of the green peeking out from behind. Just like that. And then this guy, I've gone ahead and I've cut out the solid star from the dies here. So this one is the detailed one, and then this die here is the outline image. Or I guess the solid image. It's not really an outline image. So I'm going to adhere those together. So again, because we use the adhesive sheets, it's going to be really quick and easy. And this is going to go right in the center of this. So I'm doing tone on tone. All right, this will flip over. We'll add some dimensionals to the back of this. Probably being a little bit excessive with my dimensionals. I really need to get some more regular size dimensionals. I seem to only have mini dimensionals left in my stash. Okay, actually we don't want to stick that down just yet. Now I've got 2 pieces of the Gingerbread and Peppermint DSP, and this one measures 1/2 inch and it was 6 inches, but I'm going to trim it a little bit shorter. And I angle cut the left hand side. I'm going to angle cut this one. This one measures 3/8 of an inch by 6, and we're going to trim this one a little bit shorter as well. And we're going to adhere these to our card front before we add our star. So I'm just going to take this and put it right about there, and then add some adhesive to this one. Add it over top, and now we can add our star. All right, so like that. And then we're going to take a piece of the black and white gingham. So this can, this can be found in the mini catalog with the Halloween stuff. And I'm going to cut about a 6-inch piece. And it's good for so much more than Halloween. And if you're a VIP member and you participated in this month's free class, you saw me color this with our Stampin' Blends. All right, so that's going to go on here. We're going to add a couple dimensionals on the left side. And then I'm going to use just a little bit more seal adhesive on the right, where it will kind of sit on top of the raised star. Oh, okay. Thank you, June. I'll take a look and look back. All right. All right. That is going to go on here like that. We'll trim this a little bit. I should probably be using my ribbon scissors, so that they're a little bit shorter and don't overhang the card. And then the last thing that we're going to do to the outside is add a little bit of bling. So I've got some red rhinestones. I don't want to take away from the background on the card. I really like how simple yet elegant it looks. So I wanted to just add a little bit of shimmer without it really drawing your eye away from the rest of the card. So there's a close-up of the background. You see how pretty it is? It looks like Poppy Parade in the when I look at it on my screen, but it's actually real red. So it's kind of a fun, subtle background. All right, and then we had that white layer. Where did that go? Here it is. Okay, so we'll add this to the inside. Just like that. So we've got that nice pop of red on the inside of our card, and it pulls in some of those beautiful detailed stars. And then since we've got one of these left over, I could just pop it in my Ziploc bag at the front of my stamp set, but since we've created a sticker, it's sticky all over, so we may as well use it on our envelope, because there's no reason why you can't include a sticker on. Let's do it like that. Let's do it like this. And then we'll just trim off the excess. All right, and we are done. So if you guys enjoyed that and you are looking for more ideas using this suite, be sure to check out our holiday extravaganza. We are focusing on this for an all-day event, which will be recorded, so you don't even actually need to be there all day. On World Card Making Day, we're going to give you tons of ideas to prepare you for the holiday season. And this suite is the one that we're focusing on. However, we've got 6 videos leading up to the event where each of us is focusing on something different from the holiday catalog, but it's all Christmas themed. You will leave the event with tons and tons of ideas for gift tags, gift packaging, gift card holders, Christmas cards, gift ideas, and even some home decor. So be sure to check out the details on the holiday extravaganza. I've posted a link in the description. We'd love to have you join us. There is an option for everyone. So whether you live outside of Canada or not, you can still participate. But the deadline to receive the pre-cut card kits for Canadians is you need to register by the end of the day on Sunday, the 19th, because we just want to make sure that we can get them cut and in the mail to you to arrive in time for the event. All right, so I hope you guys decide to participate. Thank you so much for spending the morning with me crafting. I will not be here next Friday because I will be at the Scrapbook Carnival at Millennium Place. So for all you locals, come and say hi. I'll be in the Stampin' Up! Booth with my friend Donna. And we'll have lots to offer there as well, so you want to come check it out. And otherwise, I will be back, I guess, 2 Fridays from now, unless I have time to pop in to do a scrapbooking video with this month's Paper Pumpkin kit, because I did get it yesterday, but I haven't, to be honest, I haven't even opened the box yet. I need to do that. Okay, thanks so much for watching. Have a fabulous weekend, and we'll see you soon. Take care.